Happy Intersexed Day to my intersex people. Back in my day, we used to call them hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodites, which meant that you physically had both sexes or you were sexually ambiguous. Hermaphrodites. I remember we had this song and it was like, if that bee don't treat you right, get yourself a morphodite. Because, you know, in New Orleans, we always say things like screech, baby. Instead of saying soda, we say cold drink. We just always pronounce things differently. And so instead of us saying hermaphrodite, we would say morphodice. So, you know, morphodice, hermaphrodite, now politically correct intersexed. You know, some of us are not physically intersexed, but we are mentally intersexed. Because to some degree, intersex can mean dual sexed, which means like you have two different kinds of sex. So you can be intergendered, which means dual gendered. I think inter just means that they are interwoven or they're interconnected. The sexes are interconnected because you may not have fully functioning male genitalia, but you may have fully functioning female genitalia, or you may have a hybrid and neither may be fully functional. And so I think that that's something that can happen mentally as well, so much so that it affects how you physically show up and also how far you're mentally willing to go to heal that space and to feel that alignment. Just food for thought. We are mentally whole. Leilem Leiler. So I want to honor our intersex people because, you know, we hear these myths that originally there were women here. And I think we have to really be careful about just saying there are women here because we understand that in the Bible when they was calling everybody a he, that he was not always a pronoun that was used to describe men or beings who identify with the construct of manhood. He was just like saying you were talking about she, all of them. He represented everybody. Just like she, if you take the S off, you get he. Just like her, if you take the R off, you get he. Just like they, if you remove the T and the Y, you get he, them, the same thing. So all of the words at one time acknowledged us all as the same, as being a part of the human species. And so those beings that were intersex, those beings that we acknowledged before we moved away from having self-propelled beings, beings who were able to create through parthenogenic practices. Parthenogenics, yes, that was possible at one time. I want to acknowledge the physically intersex people. I want to acknowledge the mentally and emotionally intersex beings. I want to acknowledge the whole ones. Happy Intersexed Day. Leilem Leiler Nation. Purple ones, rise.